Welcome back, everyone, to the Blue Collar Startup Podcast. I'm your co-host, Mike Nelson, here with host, founder, visionary, Derek Foster.
Mike, how are you?
D-Rock, what do you say?
What's going on?
Enjoying this lovely rainy weather that we're having.
I'm not. We've had enough of it.
Oh my God. I actually, we're having our annual party at the farm tomorrow, and big bonfire.
Yeah.
Everything's getting soaked right now. So I see a little diesel fuel in my future.
Just be safe whatever you're
That's
doing.
right. No, we'll have the fire
Need your
extinguishers nearby for sure. That's why we go with the diesel and not the gasoline.
Yeah.
The gasoline will take your eyebrows off.
That's the
sure.
trick. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever start a fire with gasoline?
Anytime.
And you get that. It's really funny. Actually, a couple of years ago, we were doing this, and I used a little bit too much gas, and we had like we have chickens and stuff, right? So, and the chickens are like pretty close to where we were starting the fire, and there was a couple of tail feathers got singed on.
Some fried chicken.
On that one. Yeah, it was close. We didn't go and get fried chicken, but it was close. So
That's funny.
If this is your first time listening to the podcast, you know what we do each episode. I'd love to say each week, but we kind of miss here and there. But what we do each week is we interview people that are in blue collar industries. Sometimes they're business owners, sometimes they're support staff. Today we've got a little bit of a different format, interviewing some students, some of our budding blue collar folks here, and really, the objective that we have with all this is we're really trying to inspire, to empower, and educate the next generation of blue collar business owners, because as we were talking about before the show, there's some huge turnover happening in the blue collar industries, and that's what makes the country run, right? The people that are in the trades, and without people in the trades, everything's going to come to a standstill.
A lot of opportunities for the younger guys and people that are going to trade school.
That's right. So we are
here on location.
At Hudson Valley.
Yeah, first one.
Yep. Very excited to be down here. This campus is huge, and the facilities are amazing. So we're sitting in, to kind of put everybody listening into where we're at right now. We're in the Welding Room. It's a classroom, but we've got some tables, and then we also have this huge setup with hoods and tanks and welding setups and welding tables, and it's pretty sweet. So we're going to interview. Well, we've got a full room, actually. There's, 7 of us?
Yeah, we'll get some pictures up on the website so everybody can see our experience from today.
So I'm just going to kind of go around the room and have everybody introduce themselves and who they are and what they do. And we'll start over here.
Hi, my name is Tim. Hudson Valley for automotive technical services, specifying in auto bodies. I came to Hudson Valley because I wanted to change my career path. I've been in the food service and hospitality industry since I've been 17 years old. And I took till I was 28 to figure out what I wanted to do. And I've always had a passion for cars, technology, and I've just been addicted to cars my whole life. And 2 years ago, well, not even 2 years ago, I decided to start looking for a path out of food service, and tried to get into shops. They didn't really want to take me because I have no experience. So I looked into the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and I found that auto body guys are really needed. So I signed up for this. I actually wanted to do mechanical when I was 25, but I got scared because I was comfortable with what I was doing. So I put that on the back burner. It took me a couple more years and COVID, and I finally pulled the trigger when I was 28. So I'm going to be 30 in November, and I'm actually really happy doing this. I feel a sense of fulfillment now.
Nice.
And I'm happy I'm getting an education, and that I'm actually going to get a trade as well as an education. So it's, I think, a great step into this business. It gives me a good base to learn from, to grow, and to further myself and possibly start my own business one day.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks, man. Jonathan, how about you, man?
Just like Tim, I'm also a student at Hudson Valley studying the same thing, auto body. And I do like it here so far. It's a good program. The reason why I got into this whole thing to begin with was because when I was in high school, right around the year that I had dropped out, I dropped out of school during my sophomore year because, quote unquote, I thought I was too smart for school, but no, that wasn't the case. No, I was definitely not smart enough to leave school. But I ended up, long story short, I dropped out of Green Tech, left there, and went to EOC to get my GED. But during that period, I was actually given a car from my uncle, and he wasn't doing anything with it. It was a 1997 Toyota Avalon. So I was like, yeah, could I have that car? And he was like, yeah, you can have it if you can fix it. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll work on fixing it. And everything that you could ever imagine was wrong with that car. I needed new struts, new brakes. The paintwork was horrible. The rear subframe was shot. Everything was just gone. Like it needed new panels, and interior panels. Everything needed to be replaced, like door panels, everything. And I spent nearly my entire summer. I think this was 2000. This was 2020. I spent my entire summer fixing that car, and I loved doing it. It was a really fun experience, just working with that. Because ever since I was small, I've always been mechanically good with mechanical things.
Yeah, you're one of those guys.
Yeah.
No, I got it. As someone who's not mechanically anything, right? I'm always fascinated by folks that are just able to just you're doing, right? Like no training, that just kind of oh, I can figure this out and then fix it. That fascinates me.
Yeah, I always love taking things apart and putting them back together. So I think that's where most of that came from. But ever since that time, I've fallen in love with putting together cars and taking them apart and working with them in general. Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. So when I was given the opportunity to go to college, I heard about Hudson Valley's auto body program.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, yeah, this sounds pretty cool. So I was thinking about going through the auto body program and then going to the automotive side to learn everything and eventually probably get to the point where I can open up my own shop. Right now I work at Mohawk Collision Center.
Yeah.
It's a really good shop. I really love it there. All the people there are really nice. And everybody's really talented.
So hold on though. Did you get the Avalon running?
I did.
I
did get it running. But
yeah, everybody's gonna be there if I didn't ask that question.
Man. Unfortunately, I had problems with the subframe. So it had a lot of issues to the point where I would have to buy a new one and get it welded on.
Gotcha.
So I ended up having to sell it and getting a new car. Right now I drive a 2005 Honda Civic.
Okay.
It works, but I love that Avalon.
My first car was a 1987 Honda Civic.
Oh wow!
So remember those old hatchbacks?
Yeah.
That was my first car, man. I think I paid $700 for it, and the thing barely ran, but it did run, and thank God, because I would not have been able to fix it. So,
Oh yeah.
That's hilarious. And so you're working full time and going to school too?
Yeah.
Nice, good for you, man. That's not easy.
What's
your schedule look like on a daily basis?
Well, right now I'm working 3 jobs because working full time at the collision center can be pretty hard considering the fact that I do school while the shop is open. So normally I'm there from 3 to 6 o'clock. But even after that, I go to another job where I do maintenance. They call it maintenance, but I'm a janitor.
Yeah.
And I work from there from 6:30 to 10:30. And then I go home, go to sleep, repeat the day. And that's pretty much how my whole week goes.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff for all the naysayers out there saying that the younger generation doesn't want to work hard.
Heck of a work
Oh,
ethic.
boy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, good for you. Good stuff. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jawid,
Yes,
tell us who you are and what you're doing here.
my name is Jawid Muhammad Sai. born and raised in Afghanistan. So I'm gonna say a little bit story, then come back to the United States. So when I was a kid, I really loved cars. So I had a dream that to become a good technician or auto body, because my cousin was a very professional auto body technician. So I couldn't complete my school in Afghanistan because Russian was there every day, like bomb and rockets and all the stuff. So my father was in Air Force. So one day we were going to school, the next day again war, we couldn't go to school. Then after the United States and all the coalition forces, they came to Afghanistan. Then I had opportunity. I attended English class actually. So I finished my English classes. Then I had opportunity to go. There was one of the company that they were hiring like Afghan bilingual. So I went there and they accept me. Then I started working with the U.S. Army as a translator. Then I had opportunity to come here and get the SIV visa, come back to the United States. So when I came here, I had 2 kids, and with no experience, I didn't know how to do it. Slowly, I was positive, and I didn't give up. I started working in a pizza shop. Then after a pizza shop, I did my CNA. I went to the tuition house for a year. Then there was a rotation. So before the soldiers were deployed to Afghanistan, I was a culture advisor there. They were doing some training. Mm-hmm. Still, I wouldn't be able to attend the school, but I had a dream to one day I will go to the college. So eventually I saved some money. So me and my wife, we decided that I have to go to the college now, but I had some saving money for 2 years. So I had the English is my second language. Mm-hmm. I know 4 languages. 4?
What are the languages? What languages
it's
do
a
you speak?
Farsi, Dari, Hindi, Urdu, which is, and Arabic.
Yeah.
Then English sometimes when I speak, so many things is coming.
I don't know how people
Still
do
I'm
that.
translating, sometimes when I hear English, so it comes to Pashto, then I translate it to English. This is why sometimes my English is going different ways, so I'm trying to fix it.
I mean, your English is doing pretty good so far, man.
So far, yes. I'm just saying,
You want to know how my Farsi
but
is?
Still I'm
non-existent.
Then I went to Schenectady College.
Yeah.
Community college. They didn't have that program. Then I heard about the Hudson Valley Community College. Then I'm like, it's there,
Yeah.
I came here and signed up, registered myself, apply. Then so far I'm in 3rd semester.
And which program are you in?
Auto body.
The auto body, okay.
The auto body, yes.
Yeah.
So and it's my future,
Yeah.
So I'm in 3rd semester. So hopefully it goes well. And my teacher, outstanding professional. And hopefully I finish it in 2024.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so you're fighting so hard for this dream, right? From the sound of things, right?
I did a lot.
What originally made you want to get into the automotive industry and be working on cars and working towards this goal that you have?
Actually, I have a talent how to work in a car, and I really love to work in a car, and car is my dream.
Yeah. So you're
this
also
is how
one
it
of
brings.
those guys.
Yes.
What is it with you guys? I didn't know. Is that
We should have known that walking in.
I know it's a hands-on car, it's
Yeah.
physically, but I really enjoy it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
My name's Edon. I'm a student at Hudson Valley. I graduated automotive mechanical already, and I came over to auto body to get both degrees. My family's been in the automotive business since 1925, based
Wow.
in Denver. I'm a big lover of classic cars. My whole goal at the end of the day is restorations.
Yeah.
I personally own a 1930 Marmon. It's one of 9 built. It's the only known survivor. I just love cars, born and raised. I mean, like everyone else here, it's just in my blood, basically.
Yeah, it sounds that way.
So what type of business does your family have out in Denver?
It's a wrecking yard, a mechanic shop. We own a whole square city block in downtown Denver,
Oh, wow.
full of just classic cars. I have receipts hanging in my room from when we first opened in 1925.
That's cool, man.
Pictures from when it first opened.
So, but that's on the West Coast almost. We're on the East Coast.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing out here, man?
Between point A and point B.
My mom actually got a job at RPI as a
Oh, okay.
professor there.
Yeah.
So we moved here, and then I plan on moving back eventually. It's just,
Yeah.
After I graduate, I'm going to go to McPherson College and get a 4-year degree in restorations.
Cool.
And then go back to Denver and carry on the family name.
Very cool.
Everything based out there.
Listen,
Excellent.
I just got a 1966 Honda Dream motorcycle. It's in my garage. When Matt was on the show, I was trying to talk him into it being one of the project bikes.
Yeah.
He said no. So,
I remember that.
yeah. I've got 3 classic Honda motorcycles. I don't even know how to change the oil, guys. So, like, if you're ever bored, and I know you're working 3 jobs to go to college, but just throwing that out there, guys. I'd love to get those things running. But, what's that?
Those are great bikes.
They are great bikes.
Old Hondas are reliable. They're great.
Yeah. It's I'm looking forward to messing around with them, and that was like part of the reason I'm getting was because I don't know anything about being a mechanic or working on engines or any of that stuff. So this is gonna force me to watch a lot of YouTube videos, I guess.
Definitely pick something easy to start with. That's a good choice.
Yeah. I got one that I had running actually, and now it's not running because it's just been sitting for the last year and a half. So that's gonna be my first task is figuring out how to get it going. But I'm gonna get all your phone numbers and your social media channels, and I'm gonna be hitting you guys up. Hey man, I can't get this thing. What is it? So I know we got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. We're thanks to the sponsorship from Luke Michaels and the Michaels Group, we're able to make a donation today. And there's all sorts of fun stuff. Derek, give us the rundown about everything we got going on right now.
Yeah, so the whole point of this is obviously to build a community, connect, the entrepreneurs that we bring on the show to share their story, which can be an educational piece for all the students, in the BOSIS programs, the Hudson Valley program, and, really follow their example. A lot of great stories that we've had on, but the ultimate goal is to be able to give back. And we were fortunate to be able to do that today and present Jawid with a check to help him out and pay for some supplies, tools, materials, and actually I believe you guys ran a contest, right?
Yeah.
To be on the show.
Yes.
So the original winner wasn't Jawid. Who were the 2? It was Tim
Me and Poe.
and Paul.
Yeah.
Paul was like he's injured.
Oh, really?
I felt bad. Got him, he's in a sling. But anyways, those 2 guys gave up the donation to help out Jawid, which I thought was
thank you
incredible.
so much.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so you can tell there's a lot of community here and camaraderie amongst the team.
Yeah, I actually did not know that.
We're all a big family here.
Yeah, that's super cool, man. Very cool.
Jawid needed it more than we did. So I thought that was a good cause.
Yeah.
Yeah, he suffered a loss of his home, and I'm I don't want to say well-established young man, but I don't need the money more than he did right now, so I thought it was better that what I won should go to him
Yeah.
because he needs it more than me.
That's amazing, man.
And everyone here is pitching in to help him. Professors, everyone, even people not in our program are pitching in to help him, which is great.
So you lost your house?
Actually, it was September 16.
This year?
Yeah.
That's like a
This
week
was
ago.
recent.
Yes.
It was pretty recent.
So there was a fire in my neighbor next to us, a fire. So it was 2:30 a.m. So we were just sleeping, and my wife, she was like, something is wrong. Like I could hear some voice. I'm like, it's late. It's sleep,
Right.
So nothing's
I want to go
going
back to
on.
bed, right?
Yes. Then she woke up and just left the curtain and saw there was a fire in front of her window. I'm like, oh my God, there's fire. Then I ran to my two sons. They're sleeping in one room, and my daughter's in. I'm like, get up. She says, what is going on? I'm like, just get up. Then we went down, like the main door when we get in.
Yeah.
I opened the door, and there was a lot of fire. Closed the door back, and just broke the window from the other side and just bring all the kids out.
Oh my God.
And the lady next to us with the baby, and she was just keep knocking the door from my backyard. And the husband was outside. I don't know. Then I opened the door and just went back inside the building and got the baby and the wife and bring him back and just save him.
So you saved your neighbor's family?
Yes, I did. And the husband was...
You were one hell of a man.
And the husband was outside and just screaming, fire, fire. I'm like, what's going on with this guy? His kids are inside and he's outside.
Wow.
Yeah, that was 5 minutes later, all burned, my apartment.
Wow.
Everything gone. But thanks God, we're all safe,
Yeah.
Make money again, but life, if like with my daughter or son, if anything happened, it'd stay forever, and
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that
and the
happened.
guys, my classmates, teachers, school, they all helped me out financially, and they helped me a lot.
Wow.
And again, thank you so much for Tim and all the other guys, and they helped me out.
That's amazing.
So is there anything online set up for contributions to help you and your family?
What is it?
Is there anything online to help?
Actually, our classmate, Ty,
Yeah.
he made something, but he said it didn't go through the pictures or something. No, not yet.
A GoFundMe.
Okay.
I believe there was this discussion of a GoFundMe for Jawid, but I have no idea where it is.
It kind of got like halfway through, and then we couldn't figure out the
it's-
pictures.
Then I asked him,
should try to
Tim,
get
if
that
you
set
can.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, none of us are very technical when it comes
That's all right.
to
So
computers
I'm
and
a
stuff.
media company. We do all that stuff. We're very happy to help with you guys to help get that set up and
helped me a lot.
finalized in any
Even
way
my
that we can help
teacher,
promote it.
all the students, they all helped me out.
was doing something for him.
All right. Well, we'll touch base with them and make sure that gets put up, man. That's amazing. And that's amazing that you went in and saved that man's
And the
family.
first day I came to school, my wife, she said, I'm gonna go,
You didn't miss a day.
It
Yeah, a
is-
lot of people would.
Yes, I'm like,
Not miss a step. That is
yep,
crazy.
I'm like, I'm gonna go, She said, all right, go. And she didn't say anything.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, what an awful thing to have happen, but just your resilience.
Yeah, I
And-
sent my kids to school
Yeah.
and I came here, like it's happening,
So, but I'm assuming you guys obviously have a place to stay at this point.
Actually, it was 2 nights I stay with neighbors.
Yeah.
It's a far relative. They had one room. Then I moved from there to a hotel in Schenectady, downtown.
Yeah.
Stay for a couple of days there. And then I got another apartment for 2-bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So so now you probably got to furnish it. You can do all that stuff, man. Like.
Yeah, Mr. Tim, he helped me with the bed and
Yeah? Okay,
some
good.
clothes and
Yeah, that's crazy.
helped me out a lot.
Wow. Well, your neighbor must be thanking God that you were his neighbor. Huh?
And she
That's-
was really happy and she was panicked. She was crying. I'm like, you're good. Nothing is
Yeah.
going on. You are safe now. And she was.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
traumatic
yeah,
thing, man.
Yeah.
And saved a baby.
Saved the
Hero.
baby,
You're
yeah.
freaking a real life hero, bro.
Hey, he's a hero.
Yeah,
Handsome
that's
baby,
amazing.
Yeah, a boy. Yeah.
I don't think everybody has the ability to do that, run into a burning building and.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
you're
Like-
absolutely- I came with barefoot, but I saw her. She was knocking and screaming,
Oh my
and
God.
I went inside. I'm like,
Wow.
I can't see that,
Now, when you were still in Afghanistan but working with the army, like, did you do that kind of stuff? Like, were you like in action, or I know you say you were doing translation and things.
Translation, but it was like can I say about the army or?
Yeah, of course.
I worked 2 years in a correctional facility
Okay.
where very bad guys there. That was so dangerous. And there was a translation when the visitor were coming, and there was another battalion that we established training Afghan National Army to set up there, and also we did a lot.
Yeah. So dangerous situations. You're
It was-
probably
it was-
it's an old hat for you, I guess.
Yes, dangerous situation. Yes.
Wow. Oh, it's crazy, man. Well,
A
appreciate
lot
it.
of explosion every day. So many.
Yeah, I can't imagine
It was a lot.
what that's like living in
Yes.
an environment like that. I don't think most
It
people
was.
listening to this would.
I
ever
myself
imagine.
sometimes thinking like how I survive.
Yeah.
I've seen people like explosion. People are turning to pieces, and you can see the pieces in the wood. And I was not too far from them.
Yeah,
It
that's
happened
crazy.
so many times. Suicide bomb, rockets, and
Yeah, I can't imagine what that's like, or
it's horrible. It's hard.
yeah. What do we got there? Some Legos?
The kids.
Thank you.
It's from
Thank you so
a
much.
girl in ECM.
It's a lot.
So just want to make sure you got it.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
Dennis, all right.
So, well, that was nice.
Community is incredible here.
Yeah. If you're listening, so someone just walked in and brought some toys for Jawid's kids, so that's sweet. That's nice.
Thank you.
I mean, you guys got to be inspired by him, right? Like,
Can't imagine going through all that and still not missing a beat at school.
yeah, right.
Keeping up with all the work and just it's incredible.
That's what I tell our staff all the time, and it's true. And no matter what you do, you don't have to have a title to be a leader, And eventually, if you have that makeup, you're gonna find yourself in that position and very easily be able to lead people. So,
Yeah,
commend you on that.
yeah. What a story, man.
It is. Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't even know where to go with the show now.
Well, honestly, we're at a point. I think I'd love to hear about what everybody's goals are.
Yeah.
Where they're looking to end up, and hear a little bit more about what the next step's going to look like.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well, and where are you in the program? So it's a 2-year program?
It's a 2-year program. It's 4 semesters. In my 3rd semester right now. Over the summer, I apprenticed at Coles Collision under Andre Asselman. He's a great guy. He was an awesome mentor. I was his first apprentice, so he was a little rough with me, but I like the big guy. So
Yeah.
he was awesome. He taught me a lot, and
Yeah, those guys got a pretty cool apprentice program from what we've had them on the show talking about how they worked that out. That's a really cool.
yeah. So I did that over the summer, and I kind of got my feet wet. I did that for the experience to know that like I did my first 2 semesters. Am I going to want to continue this as a career?
Yeah.
And I apprenticed during the day at Kohl's, and I still kept my day job or my night job working in the restaurant. So I was putting a lot of hours in, but I enjoyed the struggle
Sure.
of learning, getting that experience. And there was some tough moments when you get frustrated and you're just like, what the hell am I doing with this? And then you just go in the next day and it's great and you persevere and you carry on. And it was an awesome experience, and it kind of showed me that maybe not necessarily I want to be a technician forever, but I want to learn every aspect to maybe one day train the next generation.
Yeah.
Or own a shop or have some other point in the business to where I can continue doing what I dream of doing.
Mhm.
So I don't know where this will lead me one day. I have goals, but I don't plan anything right now. I just want to see where I end up,
Sure.
because I went through an industry where I was very passionate about it. I wanted to open up my own restaurant. I wanted to be a chef. I wanted all that. And I made it to the upper echelon of the business. And I realized I don't want to do this forever.
Yeah.
So career change. And now in this, I see opportunity everywhere. I don't just see opportunity as a technician. I don't see opportunity. I see opportunity as a estimator, a shop owner, a manager, an advisor, a consultant. I don't know where I'm going to end up, but I do love this. I do have a passion for this. I can see myself continuing this as my career for the rest of my life, and hopefully maybe one day either getting high up in a nice corporation or MSO or business, or even opening my own business up. I can see that. I'm not saddened going into work and working at nights and not seeing my wife or my family or working holidays or anything. I see this as just a normal life, normal to a degree, but I see this as a path to a better life. Well, and what, job security too. I mean, yeah, again, back to what we were talking about, there's, what did you say, 60%? 60.3% of the automotive.
So in the next 10 years.
Next 10 years.
We will change out 60.3%
of the total workforce. That's crazy. So job security is there.
Yeah, that.
Right.
So the
opportunity for that.
So the crazy thing is, before I came here, and I was doing my little go around shops. Hey, can you hire me to do this? Can you hire me to do this? Whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, go to Hudson Valley. I was just like, okay, what is this? What am I going to specialize in? So I literally went and I did the research. I went to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. I did it all. I was just like, okay, that's what I'm going to school for.
Yeah.
That's the trade.
Yeah.
That's it.
Which, but I don't know if you guys know or not, but when Matt was on, we dubbed HVCC as blue collar college.
Yeah.
So it's no longer HVCC. It's now blue collar college. Just so you guys know.
I can see
we
it.
renamed it. I hope everyone tell the administration. Right?
I see nothing wrong in you going to get a degree in business, liberal arts, engineering, architecture. There's nothing wrong with that. My sister, she's great with numbers. That's why she went to school. She has 2 degrees in business and finance. She does really well. She works for KeyBank. She's great. But me, I couldn't sit in an office. I couldn't sit in a chair. I've been my whole adult life working on my feet and working with my hands and creating and building things. And I find more joy and excitement and fulfillment in doing that than sitting and making spreadsheets all day.
I agree.
I'd go crazy in an office.
And listen, I will say this too, man. I can tell you that I'm almost certain every one of you guys is already going to have a job waiting for you. If you don't already have one, which you guys do, right? So there's so much demand for all the trades, and so compared to getting a liberal arts degree, and nothing against any of those degrees, but a lot of those people are coming out of college and they got no jobs, man. They're going to work at restaurants because there's no jobs available.
Yeah.
Whereas a program like this and the other programs here at HVCC, there's jobs waiting.
I know that.
It's so
a lot
decision making.
A lot of people that. So I work in business and restaurant business.
Yep.
So
are you back in the house?
Yeah, back of house all day.
All day.
Forever and ever.
Forever and ever. Yeah. I got it.
These scars speak volumes of stories, my friends. And you see people, they go to school, they get great degrees, and at the end of the day, they still can't put the meat and potatoes on the table because their job is not paying enough for them to support their life.
Yeah.
So you'll have people, they're teachers or even just normal business people or people that work at the state. They'll come and work in the restaurant because they love that cash in hand.
Yeah.
Those people are mostly front of house people, and I have nothing wrong with my people in the front of house. But
don't piss off the wait staff, man.
don't piss off the cook.
That's it.
Waiting, great movie. But yeah, you see these people, and they have these jobs, and they want a little extra scratch.
Yeah.
So they got to work extra. I don't mind working extra. Doing it my whole life. I'm not doing 2 jobs right now, but like,
Well, I'd say going to school is a job.
Yeah.
Right? So you kind of are. Right?
yeah.
So
So like I see that and I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that.
yeah.
I don't want to have to get 2 jobs just so I can afford a house, kids, wife, a life. I don't want to do that. I already done it. It sucks. You make great money, but you don't see it. You don't get to spend it. It just sits in a bank account.
So I know we're gonna ask all you guys the same question, but before we move, so there's a huge workforce challenge right now, pretty much in all the trades,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Whether it's automotive or construction or any of it, right? What advice would you give to an employer trying to attract talent like you?
That's a great question.
In the blue collar field,
Sure.
I'd say give them a chance. Support them. Give them the opportunity to walk away from something that maybe they necessarily don't want to do forever. Give them that opportunity to have a fulfilling life, so where they don't feel depressed going into work, or, oh man, I have to go into a shift at the restaurant, or like, say you like sell computers at Best Buy, if people still buy those at Best Buy, I don't know. But like, you don't feel fulfillment in what you do. So give them the opportunity, like just give them a chance part-time, give them a basic job to do at your business, your shop, your construction site. Like, and then eventually you'll find that golden goose that wants to do it and has a passion for it. You could see that they want to better themselves. They want to help your business. I think that if you can just give that person a chance, maybe like send them. I appreciate every shop that I walked into that didn't take me, that sent me to Hudson Valley. Like, go to Hudson Valley, get your education, come and see me in a couple years. I'll give you that chance. I think that's the best thing for them. I appreciate what like Kohl's does. They let you go an apprentice and give yourself a little money and go to school. I like that. I like what Jonathan's boss at Mohawk does. Helps Johnny out with tools, gives him hours at the end of the day so he can make money, and gives him the opportunity to go to school. I think that if you give a person the opportunity and then they take it or don't take it, that's on them. But if there's that small window to go to the next step, the next level, the next career, the next path, I think that's the best thing you could do for a person.
That's awesome.
I think you should not just be like, oh, this guy knows nothing, I don't want him. Coach that person. Give that person a chance.
Give him a
because
chance.
at the end of the day, that person that you bring in as a detailer might be your next best ATEC at the end of the day. Might be your next estimator, your next manager, your whatever. You're giving somebody a path of growth to where they can appreciate that opportunity and take it and better themselves and then better your business. I think that's the best thing.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Jonathan, what do you think, man? What's the future got for you, man? Where are you going?
Man. So right now I work at Mohawk, as I said earlier, Mohawk Collision Center. And I plan on working there for quite a while, actually. It's a good position I'm in. There's tons of opportunity there.
Sounds like they're taking good care of you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They take really good care of me, and I'm learning a lot from them. And the people there are really supportive. We just had somebody leave for school in Massachusetts, I think. Actually, his name was Mika. He's also going for... he's doing something in the auto program. I don't know if he's doing automotive or auto body down there, but I know he's trying to further his skill growth so he can get on the same levels as like the technicians and the painters. But as far as my future goes, at first when I was first getting into the auto body or auto business in general, I was thinking about owning my own shop, but now I've gotten a little bit more further into it, and I've learned that that's not as easy as you think it is.
No,
That it
man.
takes a lot of work, and it's a huge gamble. It's a huge gamble.
Can be.
You never know if it'll work or not. But I still want to try to take a shot at it. So
You should, man.
Yeah.
I think everybody should. Like at some point in time, you should own your own business.
Oh yeah.
Even if you don't succeed, you learn more from it
Yeah.
than if you did.
Yeah.
So either way, you win.
Oh yeah.
And with a 3-job plus school work ethic, you'll probably be fine.
I do. I love working. It's a great thing.
You gotta
Yeah.
occupy. I say this all the time because like Derek works. He's a guy's machine. Okay. As long as I've known him, I've always said that. Like I've never seen anyone work harder than this guy. I work hard, and on top of running my company, I got a farm, and so I'm up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning taking care of animals.
Oh,
I got 4 kids. Like doing all this stuff, and people are like, I don't understand how you do it, and I'm like, you have to occupy your time doing something.
Oh yeah.
So I can do it taking care of kids, taking care of animals, taking care of employees, or I can do it sitting watching Netflix.
Yes.
I choose the former and not the latter. Right?
Yeah.
So it's long story short, you gotta occupy your time doing something, right?
Oh yeah.
Work hard.
I can't. If I'm just sitting around doing nothing, time just goes by so
Yeah.
slow.
Don't you just hate it?
I don't like
Don't
it.
you
at all.
just hate it?
Don't you just hate it?
Jawid, I know we're running short on time, guys. I don't want to keep you all morning, but what about you, man? What's the future?
In the future, as Mr. Tim said, like gave us the opportunity, I'm gonna tell you like a small like story.
Yeah.
So the first time my first job, I went to one of the pizza shop. So I said I'm gonna work here. So he said, "Do you know how to work? Did you work before?" I said, "No." He said, "Do you know gyro?" I said, "No." "Do you know calzone?" "No." "Do you know this salad?" I'm like, "No, this is completely different food than Afghanistan. We have different food there, and the names are different." So this guy told me, "I can't work here." I'm like, "Can you make a deal with me?" He said, "What kind of deal?" I said, "Don't pay me for a month, so I'm gonna work free." So I had no choice, like I had no experience. And that guy said, "Okay, so I'm gonna give you a pizza, 12-cut pizza every day, but I'm not gonna pay you." I'm like, "Okay, deal." So within the month, I beat the guy the guy had an experience of 20 years of pizza. So then the guy started me money, and it was $7 an hour he started for me. So there's a lot of opportunity in the auto body, and also the Leah Toyota or Leah Honda, they called me to come to work with them, but they want a full-time student, and my teacher referred me in a lot of places. But my goal and my plan is to work somewhere for 2 years or 1 year to get more experience. It's not easy. Then I make my own business shop. Yes.
Yeah, man.
And eventually, I'll leave a business for my kids and next generation.
That's awesome.
Thank
I love it. Good stuff, kid. Edon, how about you, man?
So after I graduate here, I plan on going to McPherson College in Kansas for that 4-year restoration program. And then I kind of want to start my own shop with resto mods, restorations, hot rods, stuff like that. Just do what I love, put the power of modern cars into classics and make them go. Just what I love doing.
I have to actually wonder that all the time, because I love old pickup trucks, old Chevys, old Fords,
yeah.
right? Everybody does, right?
Yeah,
and
right.
I just can't understand why Chevy and Ford don't bring back all those classic body style. People are spending stupid money on
Step
that
side,
Yes,
step
they do.
side,
Yeah,
Chevy,
square bodies.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how come no one's doing this?
Well,
man?
now that you mention it, Ford has at their dealerships an aftermarket program where they can make it look like a classic Bronco.
I've seen some of those conversion
Yep.
kits, but I'm surprised that they're doing it that way. Why not bring back all those old lines? They would sell those things like hotcakes.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
With the restrictions
And
on
for a
emissions
lot of
and
money,
everything,
yeah.
it's just not feasible right now.
Crazy.
So what we've learned is crazy about modern day vehicle construction to the past is leaps and bounds in the years.
Yeah.
Those old cars, you can bend them, you can twist them, you can do everything to them, right? and you could fix them and make them all look almost brand new again. Today, it's so much harder. There's so much more to it.
Oh yeah.
It's not even just the technology part, it's the construction of the cars.
Once I used to have an old CJ7 I used to take out in the woods and bang it off trees and then I just pull the dents out, you know, like, because
Yeah.
Do that now.
you can't do that now.
Try that in a modern day Fender quarter panel AMI door. It ain't gonna
Yes,
happen.
you're right.
It ain't gonna happen. So, I love that idea of the resto bodies on the cars. It's a great thing, but it's just not for today's society, especially with how cars are going in the direction they are technologically. It would be a lot harder to do. There's people that do great work with resto mods. I know like the EV subject is a touchy thing, but like there's even people converting the old big block cars into EVs.
Yeah.
And
I actually saw someone do a conversion on an old Ford pickup
Oh, wow.
into it was an EV.
Yeah.
It was like their new electric F-150s or whatever they had coming out, and they
Yeah.
did a conversion on it to make it look like an old school, like 19 whatever, 60 something or other. It was freaking cool, man.
I know
Yeah.
people who have swapped 68 Porsches onto Tesla platforms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tesla powered Porsches. Those things are quick.
that's pretty. I bet they are. I bet they are.
It's just it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like you think about even 10 years ago, the difference between a car now and a car 10 years ago is there's leaps and bounds.
Huge.
Oh, yeah.
Leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
I mean, the steels alone. We're going around frame and the actual body construction of a vehicle nowadays. The tensile strengths of the steels, the ability to repair it, even the wiring. You have to make sure that things are going in places that they're supposed to.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that your car is calibrated, because if it's not and you fix it wrong, you're going off the side of the road right when it drives off the lot, man. So you gotta know what you're doing.
Especially when it comes to safety and everything. If you don't fix a car right, it can kill someone.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
And you're liable for it.
There's a case in Texas with
Yeah.
that Honda Fit. They used adhesive on the roof instead of spot welding like they were supposed to. They couldn't open the doors in that crash, and they almost burned alive.
Oh wow.
So you got to be careful. You got to know what you're doing, and you got to do it right. That's a very key factor in this right now.
Wow. Sounds like you guys are learning how to do it right here at HVCC.
Always,
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, we are.
Guys,
Yes,
I
yeah.
can't thank you enough for
Yeah,
coming
it's been
on,
great.
and amazing that you guys decided to donate your prize money to Jawid, and honestly, it sounds like no one more deserving, man. That you're an amazing human, and honored to have you on the show, man.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for having
From
us.
him that provided us a check.
Yeah.
And thanks from the Mr. Tim and all of you guys, my teacher. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And Derek, good to see you.
Yeah, likewise.
And thanks again. A huge shout out to, again, one more time, just to Luke Michaels and the Michaels Group. Because of them and their sponsorship of our podcast, we're able to make donations to people that are very deserving of them, and to help, just help out all the blue collar industries and trades. And thanks everybody for listening. You can find us on, where can you find us? Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Rumble,
Everywhere
YouTube.
podcasts are available.
I think,
But
yeah.
something's happened with Google Podcasts, I heard.
Did there? Yeah, I don't know. I'll have
Yeah.
to ask my team.
So,
They haven't told me anything, but Google's
yeah, like they
Google.
were getting rid of their podcast. But anyways, you can find us. It's easy. Go to the website.
That's
drop
it.
us some questions.
BlueCollarStartup.io. Yeah, send us a message. Drop some questions on the YouTube or Rumble videos if you like.
Yep.
We are more active on Instagram, so follow us on Instagram at Blue Collar Startup. I'm posting like once a week now. I even
You
did some
can-
stories.
Yeah, you can get some good get a glimpse into Mike's farm life
That's
as
pretty
well.
much, yeah. That's pretty, all the pictures are like me on the farm. Like, all right, I'm in my tractor, so Thanks again, everybody, for listening. Again, guys, thanks so much, and thanks to HVCC for hosting us today and helping make all this possible.